typically don't get to questions, but hopefully we'll get a chance to do that here and get a lot of your questions out there and answer some of those questions. Before we get started today, I quickly just wanted to say something. I'm sure those of you who are out there listening have seen all the stuff about the hype video, and there's been a bunch of stuff out there, and I just wanted to say to you guys that are listening, and this is specifically for you guys, because the way I look at it is, if you're sitting on this podcast in February, you're the people I'm most concerned about. Like, right. You are our core customer, and you expect greatness from us. And I just wanted to say to you guys, we failed you in this instance. We will be better. We apologize, but we certainly will be better. And I want you guys to know, because I care about what you guys think, that we're going to be better. We're going to fix some things, and we'll be better than this. And that's where I want to leave that. I did want to say, though, Nick, after last week's show, we had actually an interesting conversation on Dak. In last week's show, it probably took a lot more of the show than we even expected, because you had a question that you wanted to throw out there. And I think after the show, at least what you said, I saw you put it on Twitter too, that you think people didn't really quite understand or get the full brunt of what you were trying to say in your question and what you were saying after that. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that.
And I'm not even sure I understood what I was trying to say until later, until some of the Twitter I would say arguments, but just kind of the back and forth. So a lot of times on this show, when we say certain things, if you don't agree with everyone, you get put in a different corner of like, well, this is where your take is. There's people that think that I hate Dak, or I'm a Dak hater, or whatever. What I said was I think that Dak has room to grow, and we all think that way. So I'll just tell you right now where I stand. If there's any clarity, this is where I stand about Dak Prescott. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think the Cowboys should re-sign him. I think for sure that's what they need to do. That's their best option for them to win. You asked me, what a lot of people thought was funny, who's the top 5 or who's better. That's irrelevant to me. I think he's somewhere between 6 and 10, but it doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. What's irrelevant is, can the Cowboys, this is my biggest issue more than with Dak, can the Cowboys field a team around him with a $40 million a year contract? Because when he was making $2 million, they made one round of the playoffs, and that was it. Last year, $31 million. Depth was a terrible issue for this team. Now he's got to make $40 million a year. Can the pieces around him be better? Can the Cowboys construct? Is he good enough to elevate this team? I only think there's 3 or 4 people ever that can do that. So I have my concern if Dak Prescott is good enough to elevate this franchise.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Kyle. I'm back with another video. I mean, that clip you just watched, it was the head of the Cowboys media department. I mean, I just added that clip in because I seen the backlash from the rumors Jerry left Dak out the hype video on purpose, and it was a message to Dak. But that gentleman right there, he's in charge of. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I knew this. Like, I watch every podcast, every interview. Like, I knew this already, but I just put that out for the public. I didn't know that. That's why he's apologizing, because he's behind it. 2, the second part of the clip is a guy I'm actually a fan of, Nick Eatman, saying he has no problem with Dak, but he don't know if he could carry the team with the roster, and it's just questions about he making $40 million and being a carrier franchise where they need to be. But my question to that, my rebuttal to that would be, what's your definition of carry, though? Carry him to a magical Super Bowl run with the defense that we ran out there last year? I mean, carry is kind of an unfair question. We just watched the Super Bowl. You're seeing how important it is to have your offensive line intact. Yes, you could beat lesser competition with the insufficient pieces on your team. You could beat lesser competitions. You could be in games with teams that really don't have a shot for the Super Bowl, because in reality, it's only about 4 teams that you look at with a real shot to win the Super Bowl every year anyway. So it's like, in that aspect, I don't like carry is a strong word, because it's like, in the games he played, even last year when we were 8-8, we didn't play the way he played. We weren't in a lot of them games. If we didn't play the way he played this year, we wouldn't be in a lot of games. Like, Deshaun Watson had a great season this year with everything that's going on in Houston. losing the coach and all that. They still went 4-12. I mean, I think it's an unfair question because people don't carry teams. Quarterbacks by themselves don't carry. In this era, it doesn't happen. And the last time that happened was, Tom Brady when he had Trey Brown and them playing cornerback as well and all that. Like, things like that don't happen anymore. I feel like it's an unfair question. That, like, if he played the whole season, yes, he would have carried us to the playoffs because our division is trash. He would carry us to the playoffs and we would have had an early exit more than likely. But we should definitely, I feel like a great quarterback can get you there, but he can get you to the playoffs, but you need an adequate roster to throw you over the top. You need that defense. You need your defense to make timely plays, get timely stops. You need things of that nature. So I think that's to me, I don't get that. Like, show me a quarterback that's dragging their team to the Super Bowl now. Like, Aaron Rodgers didn't do it. I mean, Tom Brady he's the greatest of all time, but you'd be lying to yourself if you say he didn't have talent around him this year. And I'm probably the biggest Tom Brady fan you can find. So it's like, come on, man. Like, I just think that's another stigma, another excuse placed here to why this young black quarterback we should second guess paying them, man. I just don't like the narrative. It's just something I just wanted to say, get off my chest. Always remember, like and subscribe. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's your boy Kama. Salute.